And bingo. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible, the greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready, buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking. You're always looking for and finding the good. That's the definition of a good-looking person. Looking for and finding the good in life. You can't find much gooder than finding happiness and joy with your humble host, Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy, and our amazing CHO, Chief Happiness Officer for the world, wonderful Edwin Edebiri, my partner in bringing goodness to the world. And we thank you, the thousands and tens of thousands, actually tens of thousands of people around the world who have made an investment of their most valuable asset, your time, to tune in and experience what it means to be part of this wondrous community that's growing. And we urge everybody, share this with 5 people. You want to do it with 50 and 100? Yeah, okay, that's great. Share with 5. Everybody share with 5. We'll be touching 50,000 plus people. And remember to bookmark this for the first and third Thursday of every month for the rest of your life. Because everybody wants to be happier, healthier, wealthier, and filled with joy. If you're going to be filled with something, fill yourself with joy and happiness. It's the greatest currency in the world. So today we're going to be discussing the wonderfulness of what we call serendipity. First of all, it's a nice long word. Serendipity. What is serendipity? It's when something happens that you didn't expect, and it makes you laugh. It tickles you because it's so good. It's like walking along the street and you just stepped and you look down and you say, oh, that's nice. It's a $50 bill. That's serendipity. Who wouldn't like that, right? And it's just that kind of thing that happens with you, other people, connects you to the depth of what we call happiness and joy. So I'm going to make a big statement here. They're going to ask Edwin to really comment on it. And that is, people often say, or it is said, money can't buy happiness. And we say that's incorrect. You can buy happiness and joy. You just have to know what the currency is. Think of this big coin. You want to make it out of gold, platinum, whatever you want to do. Make a coin. It has 2 sides, right? The 2 sides are happiness and joy. When you have that currency, well, guess what? You can buy happiness because you're living it. How do you live it every single day? Well, one of the best ways to do it is to get yourself a copy of Edwin's new book, which he's going to talk about. And then happiness is a learned skill. You have skills. This is the one you really want to learn. You can get my book at absolutely no cost. And it's called The Joy of Living. You deserve it. Just go to barryshore.com, BARRYSHORE.com, and you get the ebook for free because we have a wonderful couple that's underwriting the distribution of 10,000 copies around the world. Sells for $14.95, is yours at no cost. So we're just going to shift right away to my dear partner in happiness, wonderful Edwin. Edwin, please talk to us about serendipity. Because you've experienced it on a regular basis.
Yes, yes, yes. If you remember, I say yes 3 times. I could say it 4 times, but it's yes, yes, yes. Happy Thursday to my friend and buddy, Ambassador of Joy. I am very happy to be here. I can feel the joy in your voice, in your body language, in everything. And I know that the people around the world can definitely feel it, So it is definitely an exciting time. Yes, I am also very excited about the happiness as a learnable skill, the book that just came out. I worked on this book for over a decade, interviewing over 1,000 people. So you are in for a treat if you go to Amazon.com and just search for Edwin Edebiri or for happiness as a learnable skill. You are in for a treat. Now, serendipity. One thing is, for the longest, I couldn't even say the word serendipity because it's so long, and my tongue get to be twisting and everything. But one thing that first comes to my mind is when you hear people say, wait a second, can you create your own luck, And I'm like, of course you can, and to me, that's what serendipity is about. If you live in the present, if you live with a positive expectancy, then your life in itself is serendipity in action. Okay, but when you are living constantly in the negative world, yes, every now and then you experience serendipity. So it's a big deal. It's, oh my goodness, I was negative. All of a sudden I got positive. But what if you could live on a positive world? If you live in joy, if you live in happiness, then guess what? Your serendipity just enhances that, and it's your impact on other people. It's your impact on the world. That's really what it means to me, When you talk about that coin of joy and happiness, definitely you can buy all the happiness in the world. You can buy all the joy in the world. Just spend it on people, just share it with people, enhance people's life. Do you know what it's like when you come across somebody and they are really struggling, their head is on the ground, their shoulder is lower, and you come close, and for some reason what you did, causes them to raise their shoulder and raise their head, they're going to walk away and say, man, that's serendipity because you just happened to them.
Oh, okay. I love doing this with Edwin. I want to unpack a couple things here that you just made people well aware of. There are 3 parts. Number one, notice what he said about Barry, not just the voice and the face, it's the body language. So he just mentioned the last part here. You come across somebody who may be standing up, but really their head is on the ground and they're slunched over, and with a kind word, a smile, a hello, anything that could make somebody perk up, what you've done is change their body language, you change their physiognomy. Guess what? They have gone through a change and they want to keep it there. That will be called serendipity. I loved it. Now, listen what he said. When you live in the present. So I'm going to say to you, wonderful Edwin, I want to give you a present. Well, how do you feel? Somebody says, I want to give you a present. Right away, you say, well, that's great. I'd like to see it. I'm so interested.
Excited.
He said, live in the present. In other words, life is a gift. Life is a present. When you live in the consciousness that you are a present, then you do the third thing that he mentioned. You create your own luck. Now, luck, as he says in the book, learnable skill, happiness, learnable skill. It takes pluck to make luck, right, Edwin? Isn't that what you say?
Yes.
Oh, come on, pluck your luck, baby.
And Barry, some people will be listening to us now. They say, oh yeah, these people are lucky, and they have each other. They get to laugh as much as they want, and they just say whatever they want to say, and the world just listen to them. Folks, you can create your own luck, okay? And for me, it's not only just creating your own luck, it's creating luck for other people. That's where the serendipity really happens, where you change somebody's life because of what you did, of just your own appearance, they're like, wait a second, where did this person come from? That's serendipity, because number one, they were not expecting you. Number two, it was positive impact on their life. And number three, it makes them happy. It makes them feel joy. That's serendipity right there. So you can be a walking, a moving, a acting serendipity on other people's life. And then Waldorf Emerson said this. He said, it say happiness is like a perfume, right? You cannot spray it on other people without a few drops coming back at you. So if you keep being serendipity in other people's life, sooner or later, you start getting your own action.
Oh, this is so loving, caring, uplifting. So we have a great acronym for the word share, SHARE. By the way, my name is Barry Shore, SHORE. So go to my website. Barry Shore loves to share. Share stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. And as Edwin points out, when you think about and want to help others, by definition, it will help you.
Yes.
So we're going to talk for just a moment here because it's springtime, revitalization in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, you're just coming out of the summer, you're going to fall. It's also a great time for autumn, for harvest. So the whole world is oriented towards rejuvenation and growth and goodness. And I want to mention a lot of people listen with us, not to us, with us, and share this and love sharing with other people. Remember, share this with 5 people. That's it. Make a commitment to yourself to share this with 5 people. They'll thank you. It's your perfume. It smells good. It will help you. A lot of people that we are involved with are in the world of business. And doesn't matter if you own your own business, if you work in a business, but if you have a business mindset, that we have a lot of people. I work with large companies that have over 100,000 people called employees, and the smartest ones in the business, employees, think of themselves as entrepreneurs.
Yes,
they may be getting a paycheck, but they're entrepreneurs. They're always looking to be helpful. So the word business is a great word. It's spelled BUSINESS. I learned this when I was 9 years old when I came back from shoveling snow in Boston, Massachusetts. And I want Edwin to say a story about Boston area, about flying and serendipity, just after I finish this. And I was out shoveling snow. I was 9 years old. I made 25 cents a week as an allowance, and I shoveled snow for 11 and a half hours that day because school was called off because we had a huge snowstorm. I made $55. 9 years old. I came back in the house. My father made me a big mug of hot chocolate, not from powder, real hot chocolate. And he's sitting with me and he said, "My dear beloved son," he used to like to say that, "My dear beloved son, how do you spell business?" I said, BUSINESS. I was 9. I knew how to spell. And he said, "Notice this. The U comes before the I. When you help other people, when you give service to other people," as Edwin is teaching us and sharing with us and making us aware in a serendipitous way, then guess what happens? The I will always be taken care of.
Yes.
That's how we're. So Ed, I grew up in Boston, and Edwin is telling me a story recently about something that happened to him in a suburb of Boston called Brockton. We won't mention it, but it had to do with him flying in a flying school, and then going to another a person in Boston, and he wanted to go to another university. And tell us the story, what happened in a serendipitous way. Wonderful, Edwin.
So first of all, I've lived and traveled in Europe. So you will say I am, most people coming from Africa, maybe specifically Nigeria, but I think it's Africa as a whole. Back in the days that we were talking right now, in the 70s, okay, let's put it out there, all right? Back in the 70s, they mostly came to go to school, okay? The whole idea was go to school, get a good grade, pass, and then go back home and have impact on your society. That was mostly the plan, okay? However, when I came, first I landed Amsterdam, I was like a tourist, okay? that wanted to go to school on the side. And that was the opposite. You were supposed to be a student and travel on the side, but I was a tourist and went to school on the side. So I definitely rearranged the priority. So I ended up doing more traveling than going to school. Okay. But in the process, though, I went to a lot of schools because I did take the school seriously. And so everywhere I traveled to, I tried to enroll in a school to continue the school. So by the time I get to Boston, I've got to so many schools. And when the gentleman was trying to help me to go to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, he was like, wait a second. He gave me a sheet of paper that had like four rows.
Okay, I want to interrupt you just for a moment because this is such a wonderful story, and I'll tell you how it enhances. But again, remember, he, instead of going to school and then touring, he was a tourist and he went to school on the side. Serious student, just that he reversed the procedure. So we have we have sponsors that love the show. We're going to do a brief break. We'll be right back after this brief message. Don't go away because there's more amazing, wonderful, fabulous happiness and joy on the other side of this. Don't go away.
What if you could shop at your favorite local stores, swipe your current credit card, and get extra cashback rewards? And what if you could also have donations sent to your favorite cause at no extra cost to you? What if this amazing program was absolutely free and very simple to set up? Well, What If is here. Welcome to Einstein Cares, where your everyday shopping gives you and your favorite cause extra money. It's fast, it's easy, and effortless.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Maybe good-looking. You're always looking for and finding the good. He found good in abundance. His name is wonderful Edwin. He's my partner in this amazing process called happiness and joy. And he's telling us about how he came from Nigeria to go to school and to tour. And then he realized, wait a minute, why can't I tour and go to school? And so he reversed the process, and it became much more beneficial for him, more bountiful, more impactful. And now he's in Amsterdam, and he's going to school and going to other schools and other cities. Now he comes to America. Now he wants to take all of his learning skills and go to a special school in the United States having to do with aviation. So what does he do? He goes to a guidance counselor at a particular school that he was attending. And the person says, okay, fill in this form and we'll get your grades and we'll see how we can get you to the next school. So there were just a few boxes. And Edwin is saying, I was in more than 4 schools or one school. I was in maybe 11. And the person said, huh? Now what do we do? So this is where serendipity comes in. Okay, Edwin, let's tell us what happened now.
So I fill out the first form that only contained 4 rows, and then that was done, and gave me another sheet, an additional 4 rows. 8 is done, and it's like, wait a second, what's going on here? I said, well, there are more, and he said, okay, you know what? Just forget about the rest of it, okay? I'm going to give you credit for 1 year of traveling. Because that was what he wanted to do when he was my age at that time, that he could not do it. So that was serendipity, for me, because I get to benefit from somebody who would have loved to travel full time and go to school on the side. And he experienced someone who actually did that. And he said, you know what? Your travel experience is worth 2 semesters.
So that is true serendipity, and it touched another human. And you see, that's the genius of what we're talking about here, the human experience. When you can have a serendipitous situation with some other person. I'll share with you, if I may, Edwin, yesterday, I needed to go to a doctor's office, an endocrinologist, actually. So I walk into the office, and it's early. It was, say, 8:30 in the morning. maybe 4 or 5 people in the office. I walk in, as I characteristically do. I walk in and say, "Good morning," singing. And as I'm going in and looking around, people look up from their phones. And one particular woman looked up and said, "Oh, good morning." Well, that was very nice. So I go to the counter and I sign in. And then I go over to the nice lady who looked up and I asked her, "Are you having a good day or a great day?" She said, "Well, you've helped make it a great day." So I gave her a Keep Smiling card. So if you don't know about the Keep Smiling cards, go to barryshore.com. Go to my website, BARRYSHORE.com. The Keep Smiling movement is around the world. We've distributed over 5 million Keep Smiling cards in 27 languages. It's all free. Edwin loves it. Everybody loves it because I shared with her a Keep Smiling card. And she stands up and she gives me a hug. And it's because that's the beauty. And I gave her a few more cards to give it to other people because she said, "You're bringing joy." Well, yeah, isn't that what we all do? So Edwin is saying to us and urging us in his transformational book, happiness is a learned skill. You have a skill. Everybody knows how to use the computer today, right? That's a skill. Did you think you knew how to use it as well 5 years ago or 10 years ago? Do you know how to use AI today? Well, probably not. You think you will in 2, 3, 4 years? Of course, because you're going to want to learn it. Well, guess what? Happiness, joy is far more important to your life than anything that you learn with the computer.
Yes.
This is transformative. This is a T word. This is not informational. This is not just inspirational, which it is. This is transformational. Wouldn't you love to live in joy and happiness every day? Every day, all day? I mean, isn't that true, Edwin? Isn't that how we live?
Barry. Here is the way. Again, I like to always flip things around. Okay, most people feel like they can just struggle through life and from time to time have a spark of joy and have a sparkle of happiness. Okay, and we are trying to say no. Let's flip it. Okay, let's have a dose of happiness and a dose of joy 24/7, and then maybe a teeny bit of sadness here and there, to allow you to appreciate that joy and happiness even more. Okay, that's what we are talking about, folks. And so, like, sometimes people say, "Wait a second, Edwin, ain't you taking it too far? Can people really be happy 24/7?" And I say, "Why not?" Now, just because you are happy 24/7 doesn't mean life is not going to throw you a curveball, okay, here and there. That is okay. But don't live life so low and so bad that every time you get a sparkle of happiness, it's like, hey, here is happiness, here is joy. No. It should just be joy and happiness every single day. And then when life throws you a curveball, you have trained your happiness muscles. You have trained your joy power to be able to deal with it. You have coping mechanism. And that's what happiness as a learnable skill is all about. It's not that, hey, the moment you read the book or you read Barry's book on joy, and all of a sudden the whole life is going to just be joyful and happy. No, we are not that naive, okay? Even if you don't do it, somebody else could do it to you. But what we are saying is this. You are so full of joy and you are so full of happiness. When something come and shake you, they're only going to shake happiness and joy out of you.
So when somebody says you're full of it, some people think that it means a negative thing. You say, yeah, thank you. I'm full of joy. I'm full of happiness. I want to emphasize 3 words that you use, and it's so wonderful. Flip your script.
Yes.
Flip your script.
Yes.
And I'm going to go back to this wonderful story that enhanced Edwin's life. Because when he left Nigeria, which in itself is not an easy thing to do, leaving your homeland, leaving your culture,
And
a
your
young
family, leaving your family,
leaving family, a young black man going to Europe in the 70s. Not so simple. Amsterdam is a more welcoming place than others. And I'm sure
Yeah.
you've experienced even Amsterdam. And when you made the decision, even unconsciously, even subconsciously, to flip the script, because that's what you did. He said, I'm going to look around, open my eyes to the world and see what's happening. And I also want to go into what we'll call, for want of a better term, the classroom experience.
Yes.
And I'm doing it in the flip your script way. This may be the title of our next book together.
Yes.
You hear that, Edwin? The next book we're going to do one together. Flip your script.
Script.
Flip your script.
I see that already. I put that down. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Now, Barry, let me just quickly add to that. When you're flipping script, and then you can continue. You were right. It was subconscious. I did not wake up and say, oh, wait a second, I read this in a book, so let me figure out how to flip the script. No, it was totally subconscious. I didn't have no clue what I was doing, but I just felt like that would be a different way. Now, let me give you an example of what will hold a lot of people back, okay? Now, I didn't have money, okay? It's not like I was indoors so I can just travel everywhere. But because I flipped the script, okay, when I go and get some hard jobs, okay, and I save a little money, instead of applying that first set of money to go and pay my school and tuition, I will go and use it to buy my ticket to the next place, okay? Because the traveling was the priority. So I go and buy the ticket. Back then you have this Euro pack. So you could buy, a Euro pack and it take you to so many countries. And then once I pay that, now I say, okay, let me go work some more so I can look for money to pay my school fees for where I'm going. So I completely flip everything. And folks, people might be thinking, I say, Barry, how is that even possible? That's weird. Nobody can do that. Yes, you can.
Whoa, wait a minute. I want to say these. See, we're talking now. Serendipity is a long word. Now we're getting into the small words where it really penetrates and makes a difference. Yes, you can. First of all, when you say it, it makes a difference. When you think it makes a difference. When you act that way. So what did he do? He acted that way. He bought his Europass rail pass, and now let's go make money so I can go to school. You see, he flipped the script, and then there were two words that you used that I really want to emphasize for everybody listening. Again, share this with 5 people. Your 5 closest people. You just share it. You need to. They need to. It's so good for everybody. The 2 words are, why not? Why not? So again, people who are not in yet into this whole process that we live, and when we say we, not just Barry and Edwin, we're talking about the we that we touch, which is, thank God, many thousands of people are already thinking and acting and doing this. Why not? And when people oftentimes will bring up the negatives of why, blah, 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 and then realize, wait a minute, yes, that's maybe true, but what about da-da-da-da-da? Ooh, I like that one better. Why not? And when that happens, that's the serendipity of life. It's literally as if there was a rainstorm, and you know what happens after the rainstorm? The clouds part, sunshine is out, and you smell it, and you can smell the difference in the world after a rainstorm. It smells good. It feels good. Rainstorms, interesting enough, on this we'll have to finish this session, rainstorms bring what's called negative ions. Isn't that amazing? People think negative ions, that doesn't sound good. On the contrary, negative ions are the things that energize us. It's after a rainstorm, by an ocean, or in a forest. That's where you get negative ions. You want negative ions. They release you and allow you to flip your script.
Now, Barry, something just came to me, okay? We're talking about serendipity.
30 seconds.
Serendipity.
Yes.
This show that we are doing right now and all the shows we've been doing, we can actually upload this as online courses on joy and happiness. And it can continue to have impact on a lot of people. Now, that's serendipity if I see one.
Done. Flip your script. I think we may even change the name of our show. Flip your script. Give the world of flip the bird to your script. So as we do, wonderful Edwin and Barry will do a hug. It's not just for the two of us, it's for everybody watching. Do it with us. Hug, HUG, stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking. It's always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible. The greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready. Buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy.